are not one-size-fits-all stores, right? This is a one-size-fits-all store, and notice that it's having a sale. It's having a sale because nobody is that size, right? There's no average that's a myth. There is no one average that everybody fits into. And so most stores recognize that everybody's not the same size. And so they plan for in advance. This store is going to go out of business because other retailers know I need to have multiple sizes, I need to have multiple fabrics, multiple styles, multiple choices because people are not one size fits all. And now teachers are applying that approach to the classroom. It's not, retailers don't say, I need to wait until my people come before I can pick out what to order for them. No, they know in advance. And so we're applying this same framework for teachers to recognize that classrooms aren't one size fits all, and they're planning what options to have available in that classroom. And so now thinking about this is why we do it, because we know our learners are variable, and we want to plan for that in advance so that they're all successful. Really, what is it? I mean, there are so many different things in education that come down the pipe. What makes UDL different from those other strategies, tools that you may hear about? So the UDL framework helps teachers consider how students are variable in 3 ways. And the first one is the way that we talked about first. It helps teachers think about how students vary in terms of how they get engaged. So we're thinking about how students get motivated, get excited. Why do they want to be there? If students are in a classroom and they say, why are we learning this? We have an engagement problem. They don't understand the why behind it. And so this is all about what makes us get excited. How do students set priorities? And then how do students stay motivated? Those are all the different ways that teachers think about how learners vary in terms of engagement. Because what might get somebody excited is going to be different, and how they set priorities is going to vary. And then what happens when they run into challenges is going to be different. So teachers are thinking about those dimensions in advance. And the second way that teachers think about learner variability is thinking through how learners perceive information. Everybody differs in how we take in what we see, hear, and read, and then make sense of that. And a little while ago, you may have heard about this controversy. Do you remember the blue dress, white dress controversy? Okay. How many people here see a white and ivory dress? Do you see the white and ivory dress? You see the white? Yeah. Some people see a white dress. How many people see a blue and black dress? Blue and black dress. And so now, what you see going across here are different amounts of light, right? So if you look at this dress right here, who sees it as white and ivory? Is it white? You see? Okay. So, my husband and I debate about this. He sees white and ivory for all of these dresses. He sees no blue anywhere. I'm like, all of those dresses are blue. All of those dresses are blue. This is a little bit lighter blue, but they're all blue. And really, this is back to our brain. It's how we process shadows. I recognize this as a black and blue dress. In his mind, he sees it as a white and ivory dress in a shadow. And so his brain sees a white and ivory dress. And it's literally, you're looking at the same picture, but you're perceiving the information differently. And that's an example of how people differ in how they perceive information. So then the teachers now have to provide multiple ways for students to see something, and multiple ways for students to hear, and multiple ways for students to read and then comprehend the information. That's what multiple means of representation, you might hear them say, is about. It recognizes that students are different in how they perceive information and then make sense of it. So we've talked about how students get engaged. We've talked about how students perceive information. That's literally what tells you that this is an apple and this one's green and this one's red. So people vary in how they are able to approach that. And then the last leg of this stool is how students show what they know. Students are different in how they show what they know. And as a parent, this is where it really hit home for me, because there's nothing worse than knowing your child has so much inside and it can't get out. right? So this is about thinking about multiple ways for students to show what they know. So now they're engaged, they've comprehended it, and they're able to show what they know in a way that helps the teachers really know what they're able to do, and it helps them think about themselves as a learner in a new way. And so that part of it, showing what you know, is all about how students plan their work. And that's the first step. Is, before you even sit down and write something, you have to plan it. How they organize their ideas, and then how they share it, how they express it, whether it's written, whether it's verbal, out loud. And so we're thinking about multiple ways for students to show what they know. Now, before I dive into